Hey there, everybody. Donovan TPS. Welcome to Reflections, the podcast where I interview friends of the past and friends of the future and friends who I've worked with. This is Reflections, celebrating 13 years of creating content on YouTube and short films and all that other fun stuff and videos of photos and all that fun stuff. Today, here we have a very special guest, the man, the myth, the legend, Ram.
What's up?
Wearing a Simpsons shirt. Good to see you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for the intro. I really loved it.
Oh,
Spiritual
no
Ram.
problem.
If you do if I don't, yeah, you can call me Spiritual Ram.
Spiritual Ram?
Yeah. You can call me Ram or Spiritual Ram, but yeah.
Yeah.
But
All
let me
right.
not correct you.
Let me what?
Let me not correct you. I don't want to do that.
Oh no. Well, I call you. I guess I'll call you one or the other. At least as long as I'm calling you one.
No, you calling me one. You're calling me the.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. The Ram makes up for quicker time, so this way, it's 3 seconds as opposed to four, and
Mm.
I could finally get to the. I'm just kidding.
No. I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying.
I understand.
It's good to see you though. How have you been? First off.
I've been good. I've been working and
Mhm.
just trying to figure out what the heck am I gonna do? As in, like, am I gonna do theater? Am I gonna record a short film? Am I,
Yeah.
yeah, all that stuff. So, but I've been good. I've been good.
Yeah, well, I always see you doing your stuff, which we're going to jump into later. But I'm glad that you're keeping busy during these times, which I think is very important. I know you currently work as well, I believe, right?
Yeah.
How's that been, real quick?
Ah, man. So I recently quit my other job, and
Ooh,
yeah, because they weren't giving me money that I earned. So I left that job, and now I'm in this job, and I keep
hmm,
myself a lot more busier. I'm making more money,
yeah,
longer hours, but I'm very grateful to have a job at this time because look around us, people lose
yeah,
jobs, people are dying, and
yeah,
still alive. So I'm very grateful for that.
yeah, and that's great. Like I said, I'm glad you're doing fine and dandy, as one of my characters used to say back in the old days of films, and you're continuing to push forward. And probably of all the guests so far, well, besides Andrew, because Andrew, I saw him when he was born. I was there when when I did the podcast
Oh,
with
you were
Andrew.
there when he was born?
Yeah, when I did the podcast with him, we're like, so tell me about the time I first met you. And he's like, when I came out of my mom. I'm like, oh yeah, duh. But you're probably the second longest person I know who I've collaborated with besides him, who I'm trying to, because I didn't meet like Patricia to 2005, and most of the other people I didn't meet until later. But I met you. I think technically, I guess we're gonna dive into the fun stuff. Well, that was fun. Your intro was fun, and hearing about your work was fun.
Yay!
Yeah, we
Fun.
it's a
Real life is so funny.
it's fun.
Yeah.
He has a job. Everybody,
Yeah.
point and laugh. No, I'm just, The Simpsons, right? I mean we. God damn it, Bart! Welcome to the Simpsons podcast, where we we impersonate the Simpsons character.
No kidding.
Well, Cody's. I mean, Ram is much better. Ram is the impersonation master, which, or maybe the I am, or maybe not. Yeah. Well, I mean, when we first, so I'm trying to think because I have it in here. I have it in the notes. So, do you remember this before when we saw each other in third and fourth grade? Do you remember that?
See, that's the thing you got wrong. We were in fifth grade together.
I know.
We never met in third and fourth grade.
No, but so you told me a story a few years ago. I think in third or fourth grade, I was doing a test, and then there was a really funny question, and I was laughing at the
Okay,
question.
now I remember. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
was that?
Yeah. 'Cause I remember there was a drawing of a fat guy with a
Yeah,
mustache, and he was pointing a certain way at his kid or something,
yeah,
and you thought it was hilarious. I was like, "What the hell is wrong with this kid?"
yeah,
Yeah, I just didn't think it was that funny, and you're like making it obvious that you're laughing. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, that was. the asshole in me when I was.
Oh no, well, it was.
I think that was probably like third grade, or maybe
Yeah,
you know what, third or fourth grade. That's fine because I don't remember.
yeah. I Yeah, because I remember that because you told me that, and I remember that because to me, I wasn't so much laughing at the drawing. I was laughing at what was described in the test because I
Yeah.
think it was like one of those. Jerry has 6 pieces of candy, and then he buys 100 pieces of candy, and I found it funny that like you can't do that. That doesn't make sense. And so
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, I was.
See, you had better common sense than I did because I just always failed those tests. So,
Oh,
so
I did
surprised
too.
that I graduated high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's fun. So that's funny because our first, you know, and I'm sure. I wonder if we had like more encounters in like third and fourth grade, but maybe not even like not like maybe not talking or you know what I mean. Maybe like there's that kid, you know, because it's always like you know if you saw somebody familiar, you would recognize them.
Mhm.
So I definitely remember like you laughing at me in the third grade when you brought it up years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if like there was like what they call it. So like I was in fifth grade with you. At the time, it was called special ed, but now I think they
What
call
is it
it
called now?
ISS. What?
What's it called now?
It's like ISS.
That's like some terrorist organization or something.
No, it's one I and 2 S's.
Oh, one I and two S's.
Yeah.
Special. Uh, what does it stand for?
Well, I think they got rid of special ed because you know how people would bully. Like
Oh,
I dealt with.
they're gonna still bully ISS. They're still gonna say some shit.
Yeah. Well, they don't bully me now. Now I tell them. I tell the kids, yeah, I was in special ed, and then they run for the. You know, they're like, no, don't beat us up,
What
Mister.
the
What? Get off the school property, sir. It's
hell?
well,
I'm ISS, okay?
yeah.
Don't fuck with me.
I'm big. It's the big character Chunky or Peanut Butter from the Goonies.
Oh, uh,
Lanky Kong, Chunky Kong,
what? His
Baby Root.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. I see. I'm not an '80s baby. I
That's a
watch that movie a lot, but I think it's Chuck or some shit. Yeah.
chunk. Yeah, that was a
I
stereotype of
hear
everybody.
somebody, and that's gonna be like, "Oh man, how can you not remember the Goonies,
Yeah.
man? That's why you in special ed."
Well,
And
they
that's
made
an ISS person saying that shit.
yeah. Well, people, and we'll jump into it, but people would like make
We'll
fun of
jump
like
into it.
yeah, we're gonna jump into special. People would make fun like, oh, you're in special ed. Half of these people I know who would make fun of me, who are like you were in special ed, haven't done garbage shit with their lives. You know what I mean? And they're like, you're gonna not amount to anything.
I
And I
don't know
walk past them and they're what?
who
What
said to
happened?
you that you weren't gonna amount to anything.
Well, I mean, people. I don't care. I do my thing. I amounted to something. You know. But it's funny to think back then. You know, the
Yeah.
bullies, and then they think. You know, and then you see the bullies years later. Oh, he's on crack cocaine. He's been on the bed for years. It's a bad joke, but it's okay. I
I
can
mean,
make them.
not a bad joke. I mean, it probably
Yeah,
did happen in your life. You probably saw
yeah,
a recent bully or something. But I'm pretty
yeah.
sure you wish Miss Glassman was
Oh yeah. Well, we
was
well,
you right now.
yeah.
I
Well, we'll dive into that in a second. But I mean,
think I was a bully to you or in fifth grade.
oh well, maybe. I mean, let's. I want to talk real quick because I remember. So, like I said, third and fourth grade. I mean, so were you in special ed in third and fourth grade? Were you in a general ed class?
Yeah. I started special ed in second grade. I can't forget that. That's when I
Yeah.
first started in PSO 63.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it didn't mean shit to me. But when I went
Yeah.
to high school, that's when I was like, oh shit. Now everyone's gonna know I'm
Yeah.
special ed.
Yeah.
How am I gonna impress the girls? They're gonna know I'm special. so
That's funny.
so I'm like, oh man, how can I do this? And then yeah. So but I'm like this is great stuff to like write for the future, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
I think it's sad that they still don't call it special ed. I think it be called special ed. Why do we have to make shit so complicated? ISS.
Yeah.
I'm from ISS.
Yeah. I think they must have changed it, and when I went to John Dewey High School, and then I talked to she was the AP at the time, and she's like, "Oh, we're changing it to ISS back in the day." Um,
Wow,
but
on my time. I don't remember that they changed it. Oh, that's
maybe it was just a John Dewey High School thing. You know, we were very
changed it in
progressive.
my high school too, because if they change it in one school, then they'll change it with the others.
Yeah, it was like only John Dewey High School changed it, and the rest of the world is still
John Dewey changed the world.
John Dewey. The Dewey Decimal System. There was no fucking theater program in that school. All right, we're diving too far ahead. So I remember
We got time.
it's okay. Hey, we do have time. But we have a lot of fun stuff on our time. I mean, there's not a set format. I just,
Fun.
yeah, I'm having fun too. Because let's see. Third and fourth grade, like I said, maybe we saw each other. You know, obviously there was no real. I don't think there was any real conversation. Um, you know, like I was friends with a kid named Steven who I still see occasionally wandering the streets once in a while.
He was a crackhead too.
No, he just likes to walk. He likes to
Oh,
walk in Brooklyn.
okay.
God damn it! There, yeah, my friend. Um, so then fourth grade, I was put into special ed, and I was put into your class, and I was class with Mrs. I mean, well, it was our class. It wasn't your class. But it was you. I mean, Michael.
Now I know I'm retarded. Oh, let me stop.
It was, and we were Miss Glassman. What do you remember first about meeting in fifth grade?
Well, I was a psycho when I was a kid. So when I saw you, I was like, "Who is this kid? I don't know who he is. Why does he look like that?" I was very judgmental, very
Oh
judgmental
wow,
person. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
For my age, I was very, very judgmental and angry. I was like,
Mhm.
"Let's get show this kid what it's all about to be in special ed." And I remember I kicked you. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I think that was towards the end, but I think I'm trying to remember when we started hanging out. I guess we were the class buddies. It seemed like, right?
I honestly don't remember how. I don't know. I don't
I
remember.
don't remember.
Uh,
Yeah.
oh, you
Hmm.
like SpongeBob? Oh,
I remember.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do you remember? I don't remember.
I don't really. I mean, I know, as you know, I had a hard time in that class with the teacher, as you know, and she was
It wasn't. If it and it didn't help that I was kicking you.
well, yeah, but I mean, towards the, I mean, that was like the final day,
Right.
I guess, or something. But there, I mean, yeah, I don't remember exactly how. I just remember like there were a few people in the class I didn't connect with because like whether it was like they were like bullying mentality or um, even though like I said I hung out with Michael on the block, but I felt more of a connection to you, you know.
Yeah. I I don't remember, but
That's fine.
I don't. But I remember hanging out with you.
Yeah,
You invited me to your house. Is that how it started?
maybe. I know we went to that. Went to like. Well, regardless of how it started, like there was a bunch of similar interest, you know, at the time. Like I know you liked all that, and I liked all that. I believe.
Yeah.
Cartoon Network. You were a big fan of Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Um, Whose Line? I don't know if I got you into that or you got me into that, or but Three Stooges.
You introduced me to the improv world because I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. You introduced me to that, and I really enjoy that.
yeah,
And that's so funny how it connects now that you're still connected to the improv world. Now
yeah,
you're more free, and you get to do what you want. You know, and I think that's pretty fucking awesome. You know,
Oh, thank you.
um, yeah.
Well, I think you got me. I feel like you got me into Three Stooges because you would always watch it.
Oh, I
You
really
know?
got you into Three Stooges, huh?
Yeah, Joe, because you would always make fun of the final Curly or Joe Curly that you didn't like him.
Joe Curly, Curly Joe.
Curly Joe, the big one, Joe
Yeah,
Besser.
yeah, not so hard.
I remember that. And then well, you were always like great with like I said the impersonations and physicality. Like I think you had that down. And like I said, when you were like you were gonna, did you audition for all that? Did you send in your VHS tape?
I did. I was physically there, and I recorded a sketch.
Oh wow.
And I was so I read the see when I read when I read, I just don't comprehend. So I
Yeah.
misunderstood the directions, and I guess for people that couldn't make it to New York, could send an audition tape. But I did a sketch, and then they were like, "Oh, we don't need that." I brought the tape, and I'm like, "Oh, well, okay."
Yeah.
And then I put it on the floor, and then they're like, "All right, start the rehearsal." Oh, I don't have the script.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So they printed the script for me, and they let me look at it and stuff,
Yeah.
and then when I finally like auditioned, I just yelled out all my lines, and I thought it was so funny, and they were all laughing. But I realized as I got older, they were laughing at me, not with me. So
Ah.
yeah,
Well, I didn't even realize that you actually. I mean, that's cool. I know because I know like you planned on it. I think I planned on it, but I just wasn't. I didn't get to do it at the time.
yeah, it was the
Um.
contest back in the day. Are you all that?
Yeah.
That little white girl one. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Who was it? I have to look her.
Well,
What?
that season got canceled. Okay.
Oh yeah, it did. I mean, well, so yeah, I remember. So I remember like I said, you know, like I said, I was like the Who's Line, but you already liked all that, and then Three Stooges, and then like what's it called? I noticed our friendship started to develop more because we pressed mute on the movies. Remember that we pressed mute on TV.
Yes,
You
we
know?
said a lot of things.
Yeah. What'd you say? Sorry.
We said a lot of things.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah. Well, probably one of the best one when we pressed mute on was we did Proud Family. We did
That was the
The
first one.
Odd Couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Odd
Um.
Couple?
Yeah. It was a fun. So what we did when we pressed mute, and then we were like, "Oh, here's a lemonade," and then they pulled out like lemon colored drinks, and my mom was like, "How'd you do that?" I'm like, "I don't know. We just made it up."
Magic, Mom. I didn't know. Don't, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Wow. I probably remember that very little,
Yeah.
but I remember Spaceballs. Spaceballs was one of my favorite.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Um, we also did The Mask. You voiced
Yeah.
the dog.
Yeah. I remember that.
Hey, did you know that I can talk?
Yeah.
Obviously,
That.
I'm talking to you.
Yeah. I I think that stuff like you know like I mean especially I think you were already more in the actor mode. I could tell beforehand. You know what I mean? Like because you did the audition and I could just I really loved your characters. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
love you
even then,
much.
what happened?
The love in return.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. I could see I could see that like you were definitely and even like years later, you know, like yeah, you have those characters and impersonations and stuff like that. And then like I guess like and you are amazing at improv as well, but I found that improv I always liked the improv more back then, you know, and I'm sure like you could tell like you know, and now even though we've done all of that stuff in a way, you know, like I think it kind of, I guess it kind of started there. I mean, I guess before, even though I was doing like improv with toys beforehand, and then I'm sure before I met you, you were doing comedic stuff, you know, right? Or was it fifth
I mean,
grade?
I always wanted to just make people laugh in general,
Yeah,
because I really thought I was so funny,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know. And then when I left high school, I wasn't that funny.
Ah,
When I entered the real world, I was like, God damn, it's tough
yeah,
out there.
yeah.
But,
Well,
uh, but then you
so,
go,
yeah. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
no.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, so, oh, excuse me. Yeah. So, like I said, it was just a lot of fun time, you know, and I think doing these Jesus, there we go. Like I
You're
said, there's we
right.
yeah, just had some food for
Food for
but yeah,
good.
pressing them sorry, what happened?
Food for breakfast. That's good.
Food for breakfast. Sorry, I don't want to cut I want to make sure I don't want to cut you off. Sorry. So if I
You're good. You're good.
yeah. Um so yeah, like I said, that was fun because like I said, we worked the improv muscle. We were playing various characters. We even did a few. There's not many VHS tapes I found of like me and you, but there is one where it's like
It
we
was
try to do Who's Line, you know,
yeah.
and then there's one with like toys where I know you love toy movies.
I love toy movies for some reason.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so that was fun. Do you remember? real quick that we recorded Cheap Jurassic Park?
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, and
I remember like when we recorded that my hand was blocking the toys, so the camera couldn't see it. So the whole time when I was trying to play, it didn't record. Well, I don't know if you remember that.
oh, I don't. Well, I remember. I only really remember one. I don't really remember that. I remember one shot where I had you in the foreground and had the ankylosaurus in front of the camera, and then it made it look like the ankylosaurus is big and you were small. Do you remember that in my bedroom?
No,
No.
I don't remember that. No.
Yeah. Well,
Fifth
I think
grade
that
memory is great.
what?
Your fifth grade memory is great.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying. I'm trying to search
Yeah,
deep
this
in
is
here.
good. Good because it reminds me of certain times. Because I'm like, I don't remember most of it, but you remember. It meant so much to you that you decided to share. So I think that's awesome. Thank
Oh,
you
yeah.
for reminding me.
No, you well, like I said, this was. I mean, this that the film was fun, but I think I deleted. I deleted that. It was one of the first VHS films I deleted because I was mad at you afterwards.
Yeah,
Um.
you had every right to be mad at me. I was a dick. So.
Well. Well, we could talk about it.
Well, I was a dick. You know I was.
Yeah. Well, we learned. We've grown since then. So I guess. Yeah, I guess we could talk about. We could just name the names nameless. Be like Jimmy Bob and Billy Bob. You want to talk about that day?
Why not?
The infamous day? Why not? Let's do it. Yeah. Um. So you came to my house, right? I think,
Yeah.
and it was Pokemon Monopoly, right? Or Pokemon. We were playing some Pokemon game on the floor, right?
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah. And
You
then
you invited Billy Bob, and I was like, why is he inviting Billy Bob? I don't like Billy Bob.
yeah,
Ugh.
I remember.
See my bully mentality, how
Yeah.
I was as a kid.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, so I just thought it would be funny to just push him on the board game. So,
Yeah.
and then your mom contacted my mom, and then from there I was like, oh man, why did Donovan's mom snitch? Oh man,
Yeah.
I'm mad. Now I'm forever mad at Donovan,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to talk to you. And we were coming close to graduation, and we were just calling each other names.
Yeah.
I remember calling you fat. You're like, oh, I'm fat. Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm just like, this guy's dumb. I don't like him no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
we just drifted away after graduation.
yeah. Well, yeah, because I remember, I guess the day after it happened, I was trying to talk to you and you were like ignoring me. So then I told somebody else in the class, hey, tell Cody I said, what's up? And then like they would tell you, hey, Donovan said, what's up? And you're like, oh, okay. you know? And I
Yeah.
was like, I didn't realize it until after what happened. I mean, it was just a few things went wrong, and then like we just like, different judgment calls. Like I'm sure if it happened today, again, the exact same incident, we'd just be like,
Yeah, man.
well, we're sorry. Well, didn't you tell me that we were hanging out on that day after and laughing? Because you always mention that.
I did.
You were like, oh, we were hanging out and laughing afterwards after
Yeah,
graduation.
we did, but we still drifted away. We still didn't talk to
Yeah,
each other anymore. Um,
yeah,
it's funny how you mentioned it, and I'm gonna be really honest this time. Oh,
hmm
I've been very honest, but there are times that I can still be that type of person where
oh
I
yeah,
get mad and I take things too personally. I just put the mute button on certain people.
yeah,
And I'm still learning after all these years since fifth grade. I'm 29 years old, and I
mhm,
still can do that. I think it's pretty sad, but I'm very aware. I'm aware of it, and
yeah,
I know that I want to be a better person and not do that, and just
hmm
look at myself and say, "Why are you doing that, man? That's just mad childish.
yeah,
Just let it go, because I can held a grudge and not learn how to let go, and I'm still learning how to let go." So uh,
yeah.
I really want to thank you for that reminder. Like I appreciate,
Oh yeah,
yeah, that wow, that's fucking crazy. You reflected me in such a
Or
way.
yeah, no. Well, it's even. I mean, I'm still trying to learn how to, get better with not holding grudges. Like I've started to, there's still that issue I deal with where it is like, you know, I do hold a grudge against somebody, but I've been slowly letting grudges go against certain people. I still haven't let them all go, but that it takes time, and it's brave of you to admit that, that because it does take time, and
Yeah,
it's not going to happen overnight.
I'm definitely not a perfect person.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a childish person. I mean,
Mhm.
I just have to really. Is it really my problem? Of course, it's my problem. Like you have to
Yeah.
talk to yourself and say, why do you feel this way? Why am I like this?
Yeah.
Why am I doing that?
Mhm.
Sometimes it's not worth the energy. You just gotta move forward and just focus on your energy on something else. And I always try to do that.
Yeah.
And because it just doesn't make sense to be angry the whole day like a fucking child. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 Well, and I mean, you definitely did. Like from in terms of like obviously me and the other person that happened. It seems like like we're all cool, even though it's like mostly me and you will are the hangouts when we hang out. But I wanted to talk. So after this, and we even did a short film on your channel, the 5 Year Feud. But I guess like 5 years away, you know, like I had two interesting stories. I guess I wanted to talk about. I put them in the notes. First was trying to avoid each other at the movie theater. Do you remember that?
Of course,
Fort Hamilton.
that was great.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sinbad, not the comedian. Sinbad, the animated movie, the very forgotten movie, because
yeah,
computer animation came around that time. I think around that time Shrek came out, so everyone
yeah,
ignored the great animation. You know,
yeah. You were with a buddy of yours at that time, right?
yes,
Yeah,
I'm gonna name him Don. Oh, you're Don because I
yeah,
have Don Rickles in my mind.
yeah. Don Winkle. Yeah, I remember that. That was funny because I don't know if it was like a year after. I think it was a year after. It was like I was in middle school or something.
I don't. I don't
Yeah, I just remember like I think I saw you from I was like in the front row and you were like towards the middle and towards like the edge seats on the like left side of the theater, and I saw you and then I thought you saw me, so I scrunched down and then I was like looking like a spy like with my eyes, like I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, I remember. I clearly remember you with
Yeah,
your little glasses.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you're like, come here, Cody, come here. I'm just looking at you like, no. And then Don, like thinking that he tough person that he thought he was at the time. He was like this. I don't. You can't see me, but like a mentality of a bully or a person that wants to fight. Like, oh, you want to fight? You want to fight? Like jerking your head, like, you
yeah,
scared of me. I guess he wanted you to flinch or something, and you were just,
yeah,
I guess, laughing.
yeah, yeah. Who's that guy with him? And then I realized later, yeah, I think almost in the restroom. I don't know. I think I saw the other guy in the restroom. Whoa,
I don't remember that.
yeah. Well, I think I went to the restroom, and I happened to see him, but like he was, but I didn't see you in the restroom. So I was like, damn it, son of a,
Really
you
want
know,
to see him in the restroom.
yeah, that was funny though. Did afterwards were you like, oh, maybe we should start talking again? Because I guess that didn't appear in my mind because I was still in the young state.
No, I just didn't. I honestly just I was like, oh, that's great. I'm still avoiding him for some reason. My
Yeah,
mind,
yeah, yeah,
like, I'm still avoiding him, so I didn't
yeah.
think of it.
Well, it was still fresh. And then the other time, and I think you said you don't remember this, but I saw you. This was probably 2005. So I think the first time at the Sinbad was like 2003, maybe. So it was like closer or whatever. I'll have to look it up. But then the second time you had like your high school haircut, where it's like you have the kind of curly hair, you know, that you're known for. Um, so I was going to John Dewey High School. I was taking the B64, I think, on that the opposite direction of New Utrecht.
Oh, B64.
What?
Good times, B64.
Yeah, but you so I haven't seen you in a while, and then I saw you, and you had, like I said, you had your hair and you had a hoodie on, and then I got like scared because I was like, I should try to avoid him.
I remember what you did.
You remember that? Tell me about that.
You were like you were trying to avoid me, but you made it obvious that you were avoiding me.
Yeah,
Like you were like, "Oh shit! Oh no!
yeah,
Oh!" And I'm like, "What is this guy doing? I'm not
yeah,
going to talk to you." Like that's how
yeah,
I was thinking. I was like, "I don't want to talk to you," but like you were
yeah,
trying to be all funny about it. Like, "Oh shit! Oh no!
yeah,
Oh! Don't look at me!"
yeah,
Trying to hide behind a tree or a pole, like the bus.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh no! Oh!
I'm a very physical comedian, as people know. But yeah, that I mean, do you remember why? Because normally I don't. That was like I think the only time I ever saw you going that way. Was there like a reason, or do you care to share?
I don't remember. I was probably walking home, most likely. You were coming from school, right?
No, I was. It was the morning. I think you got on the bus.
No, I didn't get on the bus.
I did.
I
Were you
hated
just hanging?
buses. I like to walk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I swear. Now this is always funny on the shows where me and the other guests have conflicting memories. I'm like, I thought you were. I feel like you were waiting near that bus stop though.
No, I wasn't waiting in that bus stop. And
No.
I, I'm not. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh,
I just feel
oh,
like it
oh,
was
oh, oh, oh.
because it was the bus going to Dewey, so it was the bus going in the opposite direction of where you needed to go.
You sure?
So
This morning?
it was the morning. I remember.
Don't remember.
Yeah,
But
because it was
I clearly remember you saying, "Oh shit!"
yeah,
Oh." You had your jacket on. Like you always have these big ass gloves, like fucking Goofy.
thanks.
And you got your hoodie on. You're like, "Oh shit! Oh." Like, motherfucker, what do you want, bro? I don't want to talk to you.
It was you know what it was. It was very new for I guess like when because other friends had ended friendships where normally you just don't see them. This one was like oh he probably this was kind of like the first. That's why we joke about it like the 5-year feud
Yeah,
because it was the first like oh I'm gonna actively try to avoid him as opposed to oh I just haven't talked to you in 3 years. Um,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
it was so it
Normal
was
people would talk,
yeah
they didn't like each other. But me knowing me at the time,
yeah
I just didn't want to talk to you. So I
yeah
like ignore people. Sometimes I do that too. Now that I think about it, like if I see a person that I haven't seen in years, like, oh man,
you try yeah well
go home.
yeah
I'm saying I see somebody, a familiar face, I'm like, fuck, I just want to go home.
yeah yeah you're like I've
I
had it
I don't have any energy. I'm like, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I just don't have the energy to talk.
yeah yeah it happened
And then afterwards, I feel a little bad. I'm like, maybe I should have said hi.
yeah
Mm.
well I mean it's all right well because I actually wanted to ask like so during in between 2002 to 2006 was this the time you did like the blimps and you did those other YouTube videos because like when we reunited in 2006 we'll get to that in a second um like you already had YouTube videos I think like once you told me I have a YouTube account and you had the Home Alone and you had the what's it called the one with the money in the house where there's like everybody the Great Chase the Great Train Robbery or something
What?
or
I
but
don't
you
remember those. No, I'm kidding.
yeah yeah
Okay, now that I remember in junior high school, I started making short videos.
yeah
Then I realized in time that I could put my home videos in a website called YouTube. This was when YouTube
yeah
was really fresh. I was like, oh shit, this is great. Now I can, because as a kid, I realized I wanted to be a director at the time.
yeah
I wanted to create short films. And then I slowly realized that I want to be a comedian, but I also want to be an actor, so I'll be a comedic actor.
yeah
I really was like kind of like without even knowing I was training at the time to do what I want to do as I get older for my journey.
yeah
And yeah, I had the Home Alone short films because I love that movie,
yeah
especially as a kid. Very obsessed.
hmm
No point intended. And had that. I loved the Nutty Professor. So I Nutty Professor Eddie Murphy version where I played all the characters in the family. I played a mother,
Hmm.
played the son, the father, the grandmother, of course, and yeah, I recorded every single moment, and I always wanted to,
Yeah.
and yeah, that was pretty great at the time. Yeah, I mean, now I'm like, oh, maybe I should watch how crappy it was, but I'm pretty sure it's all right.
Yeah.
And then what you're talking about is the annoying race.
Okay. Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember showing you one of the videos like afterwards, like after all that shit was done, you're like, there was one video, I think it was the last Home Alone video I made. You're like, I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
I, I always appreciate honesty, and at the time I didn't. I was like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
But now now I'm like, okay, because I need to be. It just it just didn't catch your attention at the time, but if I watch it now, I'm like, oh yeah, I can see what he means. I can definitely do a lot better in my potential. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
how you learn.
Well, yeah. What I thought, like, I mean, I do like them. Like, I don't remember saying that, but I believe you because I was probably like young and it's
You're a
what
little
I do remember.
asshole, but I was also an asshole too. So
Yeah, we
we're
you know
still assholes.
we're still what what I do remember because I also like even in my 2002 yearbook from fifth grade I said I want to be a filmmaker, but throughout my time like I had little VHS videos as well, mostly like with the toy movies because I didn't, I was doing the toy movies or I was also writing a lot of stories in my books, my sci-fi series starting in 2002.
Mhm.
So I was doing a lot more writing and then creating more of those characters, even though they were toys. I was creating like new characters, and the VHS films I did, like like I said, they were the simple toy ones. And then when I saw yours, and I was like, oh shoot, I could be doing more. Like think about I think my VHS films were sort of like almost improv sets in a way because
Yeah.
I'd be like here I did one like idiot detectives. Here now we go into the room. So I didn't know all those techniques. Like I knew I wanted to be a filmmaker. So then when I saw you doing your stuff on the YouTube, that's when I started to get the cogs rolling again. Even though yes, I still wanted to be a filmmaker like you. I was like, oh wait a second, I could do this if I have my own camera, like like a mini DV camera or whatever. I could do this if I get friends who want to perform. Um, but like you, I think what was great is like you were already light years ahead of by the time like when we started working together. Like your directing and the editing was like really good, and that's what
And
like
what was Movie Maker? The time that it came out, it was so
yeah
simple, and I like it. Now they took it away.
yeah yeah yeah
There's Movie Maker now, and they make shit so complicated for nothing. God.
yeah. I use Final Cut, but I think what like I said I saw from
Yeah.
what happened.
No, Final Cut is good. It's good.
Yeah. It was oh sorry. No, sorry, I just want to make sure I hear you.
No, 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 you're good.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I was very impressed with the stuff I saw and then like I said I was like, "Oh, this is, you know, and then I'm trying to figure out. So we reunited in 2006. Whose idea was that?
That was my idea because
Okay.
I I've, I think one time I had a dream about you, and it was not a perverted dream. I promise.
Whoa.
Most of my dreams are very perverted.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if you remember a book bag that I had. It had Wolverine and Cyclops.
I think so.
Okay, so I used to, I guess, put my toys in there or whatever bullshit I had at the time. Um, and I remember your house was around an almost an alleyway. Am I right or am I wrong? When
Uh it,
the house that I first visited when we were kids.
oh yeah, 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 on the D train. Yeah.
Right. Um, I remember you walking around with that book bag, and I saw him. I was like, I was like, oh shit, it's Donovan.
Yeah.
And I think I saw that book bag. And then you were like, Cody, Cody, where you going, Cody, Cody, Cody? You know what? Now that I think about it, I probably went into your house. I saw the book bag.
Hmm.
I saw the book bag, and you weren't in the house. I left the house, and then you realized that I was in your house, and you're like, Cody, Cody. But it was like a good kind of Cody. It was like, I haven't seen you in so long. What are you doing in my house? You
Wait,
trying to
did you
rob
steal
my?
the book bag?
I probably did.
Oh, wait. You said you had my book bag. I don't remember this.
Okay. No. This is a dream.
Oh, a dream. Oh,
This
okay.
is a
Sorry.
dream.
Oops.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
I get it.
book bag in your house,
Yeah.
and I was in the house. Okay, now it makes sense. I remember now. I
Yeah.
took that book bag because I felt like you took it from me.
Oh, yeah.
So I went and I got it back, and you were like, and I saw you, and I walked away, and you were like, Cody, Cody, where you going, Cody, Cody? Ever since I had that dream, and I thought about, and I guess at the time I was trying to be a little bit more mature. I was
Mhm.
thinking to myself all the things that I did to you, like kicking you and and it didn't make any sense
Yeah.
for us to drift away. And I thought, and I reflected, I was like, yeah, man, he was a good friend that whole time. He was a good. It doesn't make sense for me to drift away.
Yeah.
We had a great connection, and I mean, there may be certain things that we don't get along with, but we're kids. We're kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I probably saw you on MySpace. I don't know. Oh, I knew that you lived close by. You were like right around the
Yeah.
corner from my house. I was like, I think I should hang out with him.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Then I guess we reconnected from there, and I visited your house. You were like, and then that's when you were like, Cody, what are you
Yeah.
doing here, Cody, in my house? And you were still playing with toys. So
I was. Well, cuz I think like a day beforehand or a few days beforehand, my mom was like, "Oh, you should I have Cody's number. Maybe you want to give him a call or something." And I was like, I'll do it next week." In my mind, though, I was when I said back then when I would do it next week, meaning I probably wouldn't do it because I was in that mind where I was still kind of holding a grudge, and I was like, I'll do it, or I would put things off. Like I'm playing a video game, I'm watching a movie, I'm playing with toys. So then I think I get.
let me play
uh,
with my toys, mom. Thank you.
let me play with my toy. So because I think you just you came to the house unexpectedly. I didn't expect you.
Knowing me, I probably rang the doorbell and I was like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah.
I've done that before to you in your house, and and you were. I remember one time I visited your house. You were like, "Oh," and you were playing with your toys, and you're like, I didn't expect you to come. Why didn't you come?" This is my private time. I don't know. You didn't say that, but like you showed it on your face, like.
Yeah.
And
I
I was
had
like,
my toy.
"Yeah, I want to visit you."
Yeah.
I invaded
Well,
people's space. I didn't care at the time.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure we had fun if you came over, but
No, I wasn't there for too long. It was obvious, so I left.
yeah. So yeah. Um, it was, but I do remember that because, like I said, I think. See, I thought my mom so either you came over, I believe that, or I thought my mom had like planned it in secret. Like he's all right, you're gonna come over. He's gonna be in a room because then she's like, Cody's here. I'm like, what?
That old bastard.
Son of a
I hate
bitch.
people when you talk about that. That old bastard.
That
Haven't
old.
here.
Get him out of here.
Get him out,
Get the gun.
mom.
I think. I think. Well, I think immediately. Even though what do you remember first about hanging out? Even though it's documented in the 5 Year Feud movie
I
pretty well.
I remember bringing my yearbook or something from
Yeah.
high school and sharing it with you. And like I don't know why. I just wanted to share it with you. I wanted to show
Yeah.
this. I guess in a way, I was saying this is where I've been so far since the last time
Yeah.
we met. And I don't know. I love sharing yearbooks at the time. I was like, oh, that's me. And then we saw one person that I think went to my junior high school, and you're like, "Oh, she comes to my high school," and blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and like you guys uh used to hang out and stuff. Yeah,
Hmm.
you remember that person?
R. Her name started with an R.
Okay, so you know who I'm talking about. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, yeah. I remember that. That was cool. It's like, oh, we're connected in a way, Like even though it's like oh, it's cool. So she knew you when I didn't know you, and now I know her when you don't know her.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
Um, I think what's it called? We were. Well, you didn't you watched me play Star Wars Episode 1, the video game. I think, right?
yeah. I
You
remember.
know.
Stop touching me.
Yeah, and then
Stop
there were
touching me,
stop pushing me. Yeah, and then there were definitely toys. Um,
Cody.
yeah.
I gotta watch that
Uh,
film again. Huh?
That's a good one. I love that one.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, well, you know me. Well, it was cool because I guess I'm trying to think. Did we immediately hit it off and then I feel like we did, right?
No,
Or
we
what
did.
do you
We
remember?
reconnected. We were like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I'm not mad at you. You mad at me? I'm not mad at you." And
yeah,
I think that was a good way of, without even knowing, I just let it go. I was like, it doesn't make any sense. We were good.
yeah.
So yeah, it was really my idea to come back together.
I'm glad. I'm glad you did that because if it would have been my way back then, what?
You would have stayed in your toy cave. So
Yeah,
many
I would.
toys and Star Wars
I
video.
would have played with my toys. Well, well, so and then this is great because so when we start to get hanging out now, had you what's it called? You hadn't been really doing films for a while because the ones I saw on YouTube, like how old were the ones I saw on YouTube by the time we hung out in 2006?
Oh, I don't know. I think I probably took a little break, but I think when I saw you,
Hmm.
we got back together and we
Yeah,
started collaborating. Because I guess you had ideas and I had ideas, and we
yeah,
love YouTube together.
yeah.
We especially love the YouTube poop videos.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those are
Those are great videos.
yeah.
You decided to delete them.
You can't. Yeah, too many copyrights.
Yeah, yeah, it's so stupid. All this
I know.
copyright. That's what turned me off about YouTube. I was like, I can't do what I want. I would edit and put music in, and they were like, "No copyright, Universal, all this." And I was like, "Damn, what the hell?"
I know.
Because you used to do whatever the hell you wanted in YouTube, and then I guess Google. That's when Google like decided to say, "Ha, yeah, ha, we're gonna make money out of this." So
Yeah, it
yeah,
was.
took away our freedom.
I know.
But yeah. But we had we started. We wanted to get together and make videos. And
Yeah.
I think the first video we made, damn, oh, it was Run. Okay, I remember Run.
Well, I wanted to talk about real quick, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
Whack TV.
Oh shit.
I've been waiting for that damn CD. You're
Wow.
never gonna give it to me.
I'll give it to you. I don't really care about that crap.
It's up to you.
I don't
I
know.
mean,
I gotta see if my mom still has it. Like it's
yeah, and
buried.
yeah. Well,
And
because my mind's
I don't know how to. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
There's a lot of embarrassing things in there that I didn't want.
Okay.
Why I didn't share what I shared, and
Yeah.
I didn't know how to how to put the
The
whole
CD.
thing into the computer and stuff. So I was very embarrassed, and I
Yeah.
tell you, so I apologize about that.
No, it's okay.
Um,
Well, I only. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
no.
I was just gonna say real quick, like, I'm kind of in like I like to archive everything if I can, in terms of like acting and video, even if it's not gonna be uploaded. Like, so just for me, even if say like if you happen to have Rack TV, if not, it's okay. I understand. I have enough footage from those years anyway, like me. But I'm like,
You had that
this
character,
is
Candyman, kids.
yeah, bend over.
Candyman.
Yeah.
If we posted that now, people would be like, "Oh my god, what the hell? Oh
God damn it.
my god! Give me a
But
kid.
I had
I'm gonna give you a piece of candy."
I remember also during that, like, I think at one point I was like a news reporter and you wanted me to report the real news and I made up like fake news and it was funny, but then you told me, no, you got to report the real news because it was like supposed to be, I didn't understand Weekend Update. You were trying to go for an SNL thing, I think?
SNL with Mad TV,
Yeah.
all that all together.
So I think I made up something about like the world is coming to an end and a comet is coming.
I probably recorded over that. I was like, "Fuck
Yeah.
that shit."
Yeah.
He's like giving me the real news. God damn it!
Yeah. I think I wanted to bring that up because I think what was really fun about that is like I played.
That shit. That's funny.
What happened?
It's funny how you mentioned that because I don't remember that, but it sounds like something that I
Yeah.
would say as a kid. No, it's
Yeah.
real news.
Yeah. It was. I love like I played the Ollie D, who was a parody of the Ollie G. I played the old man, like you said. You did a rap outside, which is funny. Like you were rapping outside, I think, or dancing.
You love that video because I don't
Yeah.
shit. I
Yeah.
got out of my memory. I was like, this sucks. I'm not showing this crap.
I think I really liked it because it was, because I had always realized I also like really wanted to do like acting and characters, but I kind of hadn't had that chance for a long time. Besides the VHS videos I did, or even playing the characters. So, and my school didn't have like a theater program like New Utrecht. So when I first did that, I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. I want to do. I think when I realized that's why like I do like it a lot because I realized that was kind of my first time being like, yeah, I want to do improv like stuff. I mean, I known, but then I realized it again. Like, I really want to do improv. I really want to do characters and dress up. And so that was the first video where I kind of did it, where it was like actually good editing and good shooting. You know what I mean?
There was no editing. I just
Oh,
clicked
you
the
didn't?
record button and pause it. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
back
it.
in the day.
Because I didn't edit. I didn't know how to use the DVD. I was like, oh, DVD's the thing now, so I guess I
Yeah.
don't need tape no more. But
Yeah.
that was dumb because then I
Yeah.
went back to tape and I was like, this is what I actually need, and
Yeah,
this is easier for me. So
it was.
yeah.
So the only two lost projects in a sense are, well, not lost, but maybe Whack TV, and then you did. I think did you do? Remember the Halloween project we wanted to do in 2006, and your camera broke?
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I remember.
we got one shot in.
Okay, I remember I was supposed to play a doctor, and
Yeah, Dr. Jacody.
Dr. Chakotay.
Yeah, I remember him. Well, because
Oh, the
so
stupid shit that we
there's
did.
one. I
Oh,
think there's one. Oh, sorry, what were you gonna say?
no. I thought it was funny because you named all the
Yeah,
name, and I was like, oh yeah, I was supposed to play a doctor name. So,
It-
were
I
you
think it was.
an ape or something? Like you had the ape costume at the time?
Uh, I don't think I think you put me in a mask and a hoodie, and then you said, and then there was in your basement the laundry area
Yeah.
or something, and there was like a thing on the floor, something like a dome or whatever, or like a cloth thing, and you said, all right, you're gonna walk towards the laundry room or something, and it's just gonna be your back, and it's gonna be like your legs or your lower half.
Sounds so weird, but yes, that's
Yeah.
the direction I gave you.
Yeah, I think so. And then but then the camera broke. Do you remember that? Your camera,
Yeah,
like,
of course, shit always
yeah.
happens, and I didn't know how to react at the time. I didn't know how to
Mhm.
fix it at the time.
Mhm.
So yeah, I was disappointed. I was like, it's canceled.
Yeah.
I wanted to post this for Halloween. Halloween's tomorrow. Or some
Yeah.
Can't do it. Cancel it.
I remember that.
Oh
It
yeah.
was
Yeah.
yeah.
It would have been fun. I don't know what else we could have done. We probably could definitely. Halloween's around the corner. We could probably do something now. I don't know.
Yeah. I
But who cares? It doesn't have to be on Halloween either. We could just record it just for fun. Like I'm down to do something fun like that.
yeah.
If I don't know, I don't even need a wig. I'll just use my bald head. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm Dr. Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need the wig. I could just use your pair of glasses and just act like a mad scientist.
I have enough costume. I have the Canon 80D. We could shoot whatever,
Sweet,
you know.
you know.
I remember, you know what I remember like really about these, and I wanted to bring these up because like, so ever since like I got a computer in 2006, I was like, one of my goals was to be in a YouTube video, and back then it was like really tough. It was tougher. Like it's easy today because I could just record a cell phone.
Everyone's doing it.
Yeah. But back then you needed somebody with a camera, and you needed somebody with like who would actually upload it. Because I remember there was a group of kids on my block who I don't like, and I still don't like, because they were bad kids. And they did videos as well.
Yeah.
And then there was like one. I think we did a video together with them, and then they were like, "Oh, it's uploaded. It's uploaded." And I looked, and it wasn't uploaded. They just had lied to me because they knew I wanted to be in a video, and they knew I wanted to see it on YouTube.
Oh, that's
So
fucking.
well, I don't know where those kids are, but screw them.
They're the crackheads that you.
Yeah, yeah.
Mister, do you have a quarter? I need more.
No, kiss my ass.
I should have put him in that YouTube video.
Yeah. So it was like, I was like, Whack TV didn't get uploaded. The Halloween thing didn't get uploaded. This thing, they're lying to me. I'm like, when am I gonna be in a damn YouTube video? I was like waiting since 2005. It's 2006. Now I want to. Now this is when we get to our first video finally. And how come? My question is, how come you waited till the summer to make Run? I guess it was in the summer, right after Simpsons movie.
God, going so deep.
Yeah.
Maybe because we didn't have school at the time, so I had the
Oh
free
yeah.
to just hang out and just like. I love the summer because of the hot weather. We get to be outside and record.
Yeah.
So that sounds like something that yeah, I would wait for the summer to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think. I feel like after Run is when we really had ideas, but I don't know. I can't think of if I had any ideas for you. You had any ideas for me? Like in between the Halloween film that got canceled and in between Run. Did we? I don't know if we talked about projects or was it not a big thing?
I just think we did it just to do it. We didn't really think so much. We were just kids. We just did it.
Yeah.
We wanted to have fun.
Yeah.
We didn't care what people thought. We shared it. Like I remember sharing in MySpace was so easy at the time.
Oh yeah.
You know? You get to share something and people would actually watch it and they'd be like, "Oh my god, that was great." Blah blah blah.
Hmm.
Share shit on Facebook now. People don't like, "Hey, yeah, I'll watch it." People don't really care.
Yeah. They're like, maybe I'll click it.
Oh, yeah, and they'll just click the like button. What did you think? And then they'll just like the comment that you just said.
I'm like, okay.
Terrible times, but
Yeah.
people watch,
Well,
but they don't care. But they'll care for other things.
yeah.
That shouldn't stop you from doing what you want to do.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, and I'm, still, we still both make content, which is great in different ways, and actually even bigger, which but yeah, definitely this like was the first one, Run, which think yeah, it was mostly your idea. Yeah, it was all your idea.
Yeah, because I don't know, for some reason my comedy was was a dark side. I mean, I still have that kind of like that dark mentality, but for some reason, to me, when you hear Mandy Moore's song, and I'm ready to be extraordinary. I thought it was like it was. I could. I don't know. I just had this idea where like maybe someone should get shot in this song. No,
Yeah.
and I'm being serious. Like I thought that would be hilarious if you shoot
Hmm.
somebody in slow motion and and they die in this song. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how the mentality was. Sorry, I went dark, but that's how I was
Well,
at the time.
yeah.
Come on, because we also made that other movie with the baby, right?
Babysitter Nightmare.
Yeah, Babysitters. I
That
don't
was
want to spoil anything, but what?
yeah.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
I love.
I blocked all the videos.
Yeah, I know. Well, I have them on my AR. Well, actually, it's funny. I think about this because, well, I do like. First off, I like doing dark stuff, as you've seen from projects where, you know, I've done. I could switch it up. You can switch it up as well. Like we're not, chained by the dark projects.
This now as a person, as a grown young man that I am today, I'd rather have a more of a positive message to.
Oh yeah,
If I make anything, I want it to have a positive message. If
yeah,
it's stupid like that, I still have a positive message about it. Like we could turn
yeah,
it around. We don't have to, you know. It could be a little bit more positive, and I didn't really have a very positive mind. I mean, I was still learning as a kid too. So
yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah. What's funny is because like we both, and then like we both. I mean, we both continue to learn, obviously. But then our next two projects was Shoe Killer, Psycho Shoe Killer, I think, right, and Pink Dime.
See,
Now,
that was funnier. Like
yeah,
the Shoe Killer, even
mhm,
though it was a spoof of something that has happened, but instead of using a knife, we used a shoe,
yeah,
and that's a little bit more positive, and that's funnier, you know.
yeah.
Um,
Was the shoe my? Because I know Pink Dime was like my character concept, I think, right? David Tannenbaum, and then
yeah,
Shoe Killer was that my joke or your joke? Not that it matters,
yeah.
but
I think it was yours. I think most of that idea was your idea. No,
yeah,
that was your idea, and at the time I was like, oh, I'll be the director, and you be,
yeah.
that's how it was. That's how I thought at the time. So, um,
I think it was. I think it was good, especially like because you did have more
you know
experience with.
what we could have done at the time.
Yeah,
We didn't. You could have shared it on your channel. I don't think you had a channel at the time, maybe, and I'll share it
mm.
on my channel. That's how it should work now. Like if
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
platform and I don't know. We could have worked something out, or it doesn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah. Well, I mean, I still think, yeah, I guess things could have been maybe a little different, but me, I don't mind because I think like because you were directing and you were editing, and yes, it was maybe like I know Shoe Killer and Pink Dime were like maybe more my concepts, but I'm glad you directed at the time because as we'll get into what my first projects real quick, like you had that directing and the editing skill, and so like Shoe Killer, like I'm glad you edited that and you made it black and white and you did the syrup and you did the shower, which is funny.
Yeah,
Um, and then Pink Dime was also,
that was your idea.
yeah, that was I think that was one of my first like, kind of because even though yes I was in Iran and then Shoe Killer I had the idea with the shoe, but I think Pink Dime was like really when I started to feel it like, oh, okay, characters and I could play wacky characters. Um, Tell me about your experience with that with Pink Dime, though.
Pink Time was just a great idea that you had, and I thought that I could definitely put the direction to it.
Hmm.
Told me what you wanted, and then I was like, okay, we could do it like this.
Hmm.
But for some reason, I had this one of the past Halloweens. I had this head.
Yeah,
You love that head. You just
I
like
know.
every time you saw it, you're like, oh, okay. Just to let people know because it's on audio. It's a head of a dead person that a
Yeah,
dead person. And I thought it'd be a great prop for 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 any movie that I had. Did you hear the background noise by any chance?
it's all right. Yeah, it's okay.
I, this is the people that I live with. Son of a bitch. Um,
I'm not even gonna ask.
it's Washington.
Yeah, cool. Um, yeah. So back to Pink Dime because I remember for Pink Dime when we were watching like somebody climb a mountain or for the joke.
Oh yeah, you had for some reason you thought it was so funny the way you had your hand.
Hmm.
It was short and it stood like that. You
Yeah,
had
yeah,
where you climbed the mountain and you're like well there was something that you said and I don't want to I
oh
don't
yeah. Never. No,
because the generation that we live in is very sensitive.
yeah,
So you said you had a little joke like, "Oh, this sucks because I'm this," and
yeah,
and then you just fell off, and I thought it was hilarious. Yeah,
yeah. And then I think, yeah, I guess I was like, what if a guy appeared out of nowhere and picked up a dime, right? I think I'm
yeah.
trying to remember. Yeah, and
See,
then
that's
that
the thing. Like, if you pick up the dime, you automatically are gay. How's about that? That's the whole thing, right? That was
mhm,
the whole joke. If you pick
I
up
think so.
automatically gay, you wear these clothes.
Hmm.
And I was like, "Oh no, I'm gay, so I guess I gotta kill myself."
Yeah, it's a dark.
Very dark joke.
Yeah,
But at the time, we thought it was hilarious. I mean, no one would
yeah,
cared at the time.
Yeah.
And I for some I when I killed myself in the video, I chopped my head off with the
Hmm.
door, and there's a fake head that drops that has nothing to do with my head. I didn't have a
Yeah.
head at the time. I had a head full of hair.
It was a look into the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's still funny because it's like one of
Yeah.
those crappy videos that they did back then, and it still had a laugh.
Yeah.
I was very obsessed with that head.
I was.
Back in the day, like you just love the plastic dead head that I had. I was like, "Can you stop playing with that?"
Yeah.
Like I can't help myself. You're like a little kitty cat with a ball. Like
I know.
I love this head.
I know. I even wrote down a concept in one of my drawing books of like Donovan in the head, I think,
yeah,
where it was going to be me in the head going on adventures, and it never happened. But you know,
yeah.
it could have.
Probably have that. That's a Halloween decoration. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hey, I mean, I don't know. Probably just
it's
give it to you as a gift.
it's somewhere.
Or,
Well, sorry, what'd you say? Well, I have enough toys, so I need. I have enough toys and costumes. You
or
know.
have a plastic head.
Yeah. What? Yeah. So that was a fun. Like I said, they were fun and dark. And granted, like I could definitely like I want to bring back the David Tannenbaum character because I love that character, and maybe I'm gonna bring back the Pink Dime, but maybe it's more like a curse. It's more like a demon thing because that's what I've been jumping into, like multiverses and different universes and demons. And I always thought, like, what if he was like an entity because he just appears out of nowhere and then drops a magic.
I don't think it would be funny now if someone just picks up a dime and they're automatically gay. Like
Yeah.
let's say if a person was homophobic, right?
Yeah.
And he's naturally a tough guy who has this big ego, has big pride, and
Hmm.
just like, yeah, honey, don't pick up that dime, honey.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you can't tell me what to do, motherfucker. I still think it would be funny
It
because
would be. Yeah.
an a-hole,
Yeah.
and it would still work. Does he want to kill himself? I don't know. That's
Yeah.
up to what we do after. Like, there's always a great ending after it. Don't
Yeah.
don't be homophobic, motherfucker.
That's true. That's a
You're homophobic, and you're gay forever now. It's like a Twilight Zone episode. Do-do-do-do-do.
yeah. Like yeah, and that's like I said that it could definitely work today with that like type of thing. And like I said, I really love that film. One of near and dear to my heart. What I also do really like.
Why is it on Cody's channel? Why?
Yeah.
Oh, why is it called the Jason Cody Bolito production? This is yours as well.
And you're like, God damn it, you're right, Mom. I'm gonna tell him.
And I'm like, just put my name in the tags, please.
Original concept by Donovan Santiago.
Yeah. Yeah, we knew. Yeah, I have enough.
Mom, I don't know, Mom.
Yeah, it was old school stuff. What I really loved also was going to your high school and seeing you in plays. When did you start appearing in plays, and when did? Because I think I must have went for most of them. Whichever ones were in 2007, 2008, 2009. I think I went to.
Following me, so my name
You weren't in.
was in lights in the day.
Yeah. Well,
Starring Jason Bolito as
what was it was? I think I saw you in Back to the '80s, Sing, right, and Little Shop of Horrors, right? Were those the only three?
Into the Woods too.
Well, that wasn't in New Utrecht. Well, I did see Into the Woods, but yeah,
Considered as a school play though.
yeah, I could say. So I saw, but so I guess it was Sing, Back to the '80s, Little Shop. Were that the only three New Utrecht ones you were in, or were there more that I missed or saw?
First school play in New Utrecht High School was Damn Yankees, and
I think I saw that.
you did.
What year was that?
That was my sophomore year,
2006.
2007 was my.
I feel like I saw it. I feel like I remember watching that.
Well, I was the umpire, and
Did I?
yeah, not umpire. I was the catcher. Was that the?
Yeah.
I don't know baseball anymore. Forgot about it.
Yeah.
And I also was a dancer in the
Yeah.
play. I was like, who's got the pain when they do the mumbo? Who's got the pain when they? Ah! So I played that, and I was like, the announcer. Well, the rhubarb's are over, and Van Buren comes back to the dugout. It's the first
Yeah.
half of the 8th inning. Washington leads 4-3 or some shit.
I
But
feel like I saw you in that. Sorry, wait, sorry, I cut you off.
probably saw the DVD. I don't know. You probably,
Yeah.
but if it wasn't for Steinwise, she saw him. Miss Steinwise was my theater teacher at the time.
I think I met her.
Yeah, you did. You probably did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Who the fuck is this guy? Who's
this kid. Dang, this is bullshit.
he's an actor? I don't let him
Get
act
him
him on my play.
Uh,
He wasn't in Little Shop of Horrors, but I was there.
No, I love you, Miss Steinwise. But if it
Yeah, she's great.
wouldn't, I would have never broken out of my shell as a
Yeah.
being, as an actor. She saw my 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 gift, and she
Yeah.
saw that I can do more than one thing. So I was happy that I was ensemble,
Mhm.
And then from there, she casted me as the nerd of Feargo Bobby McFarlane III, which was
Yeah.
my favorite character of all time.
My name is Virgo Bobby McFerrin III, and I'm the president of the blah 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 because I can't remember my lines.
Yeah.
But and then from there, I did Little Shop of Horrors, which I always wanted to do as a kid. That was one of my
Yeah.
favorite plays that I ever saw, and I wanted to play the dentist, and I got to play the dentist, and that was
Mhm.
really cool, man. But when I was really popular in high school, people saw me in the Sing play, Love
Yeah.
Conquers All. I played
Remember that.
Cupid. Everyone started noticing me. And I was like, oh shit, now I'm popular. Everyone wants
Yeah.
to be my friend. Everyone wants me to make people laugh. I'm gonna
Yeah.
make them laugh, And yeah, that was a good time in high school.
Yeah. Like I said, I loved, especially like my high school didn't have plays and like, I'd seen a few plays beforehand, but not as many. But then seeing this and seeing like people like friends who you'd introduced me to, Jeremiah Andres, um,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
who?
I'm saying don't name them. I was like, no, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean,
No.
J A.
These were people that helped our lives, and of
Yeah.
course they need a shout out.
Yeah. Anthony, Sonny, like, and seeing them on in these plays and seeing yourself, and then like because there's like a real quick story. But I think back in like fourth grade, a few or fifth grade or whatever, a few people went on stage, and I thought they were like my friends, but they did like a sketch thing without me, and I felt like left out. Like years later, and you weren't involved, but it was like other kids who I don't care for anymore. They went up there and they did like a live improv sketch thing, and I was a fan of Who's Line, as you know, in Three Stooges, and I was like, how come I wasn't included? And so then seeing this, I was like, oh, I really watching these plays and watching like you all great actors, and I was like, one day I want to do stuff like that, and eventually I was able to do stuff like that gradually. I mean, it took a while, but I built up to it. And so, but seeing it first done by friends, and by like fellow like students and stuff like that, it was like I was like, oh, this is cool. Well, I'm gonna build up to do a stage show where I remember lines. I'm gonna build up to do a sketch show or whatever. And so I think it started there when I watched that. I was like, I want to get to that level.
Yeah, man.
So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, you guys were great. Sometimes I'll watch the Little Shop of Horror clips of you as a dentist, and I'll be like, that's my friend.
Seen those clips.
It's on YouTube.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I'll send it to you if you want. Anyway,
Is it like a crappy video
it's
of me singing the dentist song? Is that?
it's only he only recorded you and I think Anthony.
I think I
So
know
it was
the
like
person who recorded it, and
yeah,
after the interview.
it's a good video though. I mean, it's it's and they're doing a remake I think soon eventually
Oh,
of the film.
kid.
So yeah, that, like I said, that was inspiring. I loved seeing you at the plays. And then also, so finally we get to me. I get to I finally get my camera in 2008, which I had waited for a while. And I get my camera, and then
Now you
we
can
start.
all the pink dimes you want, Donovan.
Yeah, I could. Well, so my early films, and I've talked about this before, because like I wasn't good with the editor, and then I didn't know, like I didn't have the best. Like I think when we did projects together, like the stuff came out better, whatever it was, like Sunglasses Jim or When Toys Attack, because you were really good with the camera and stuff like that. When I did stuff at John Dewey High School, I had to be behind the camera because half of the time when I would let somebody from Dewey be behind the camera, they'd be like, "What do I do?" I said, "I push this button and just record," and they would push the wrong button, and so that's why. And I've told this story before. That's why a lot of the films in Dewey are the Pink Dog,
Yeah.
because I needed to be behind the camera to direct because nobody was a good cameraman. Like if I had you there,
Xavier.
yeah, Lord. So actually, let me.
Damn it.
How do you? So I think the first 3 projects on my channel you appeared in were When Toys Attack,
Yeah.
Sunglasses Jim, and then you appear in Pink Dog 3 only at the
Cameo?
because you happen to be there.
Yeah. No, it was a cameo. No.
Yeah, it was a cameo at the end. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the park.
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember one thing that you did. I guess it was inspiration, but at the time, as a kid, I was like, "Wait, he stole that from me." But it
yeah,
was nothing but inspiration.
yeah,
We did a film called Prank Call,
yeah,
and you did one shot where they were running. The
hmm
friends were running. I was like, "Hey, we did that shot in Prank Call." So
yeah.
yeah, I remember that.
That was funny.
Yeah, I was like, "This son of a bitch,"
The
but
son of a yeah, because I think you and Jeremiah and your other friend were just hanging out, and
yeah.
then I was like, "You want to appear in this movie?"
Mhm.
And then you're like, "Sure." um, then you get killed off that's the only Pink Dog film
I was killed
you're in.
in that movie.
I killed you at the end.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, and then like I said, when Toys Attack was more like just you hold the camera and do some of the voices, but then you appear at the end, and we set up a sequel that I finally just edited after after like 13 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know. Um, but I know Sunglasses Jim. I think you said you liked that project, right?
Yeah, it was fun. That one was fun.
Yeah,
Ray Romano calls me, and I have to kill. No, I don't kill, but I have to rob a certain. I have to take certain something from a
yeah,
blind band called Sunglasses Jim.
yeah. It
Yeah.
was. It's just watch it on YouTube. Well, I don't think you can watch it on YouTube. I have to edit out the Beatles music at the end.
Oh,
um,
Let It Be.
yeah, yeah.
But that was a YouTube poop version of Let It Be. I don't.
Was it?
Yeah, because there's farting involved.
No, that was. Oh, I don't even know. I have to check it out. Well, so yeah, I think I'm trying to think what else we did. I'll get to that
Can
stuff
we
in a second.
call?
We did what?
Prank call. Like that's
Oh,
like
yeah,
we had to make a two-parter when it should have been a full movie. But at
yeah,
the time when we upload on YouTube, uh, YouTube was like, no, you can only make this amount of time. Now you can
yeah,
upload whatever the hell you want. I was so pissed at that time because I wanted
yeah.
to make a full movie and we had to upload it two-parter.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, damn it, it's only on Facebook now. I think.
Yeah, it's on Facebook. It's on Facebook,
Yeah,
and hopefully it doesn't get turned down as well.
yeah. Well, we could always, if you ever find the mini DV tapes and you need it to be edited, I have a mini DV camera I could upload on my computer.
Mm,
Um,
nah. I'm kidding.
no, okay, never mind that. That's okay. Yeah, so like I said, then it was just a lot of projects. I noticed this more on my YouTube channel. Like we appeared a lot more on your channel as a duo, and then on my channel, you got to like play like quick characters or dance in a music video.
Yeah,
Um,
because I really thought that you were great at doing music videos.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
you did a good job with that.
I remember. Yeah, I remember you said that. Like you're like, oh, you should just make music videos. But back then, they took a lot longer, and so I didn't want to. Like now, I could probably shoot it a lot quicker, like with the right people.
Yeah.
But back then, I think like Beat It and the Smooth Criminal music video almost took like 2 weeks because I had to get the people, I had to shoot. Yeah, not all at once, but just to get the different scenes together.
Okay.
You know, because I wanted a lot more people, as you saw, as the music videos had more people in it. But then, yeah, so like I said, you're in like Chicken Little Returns. You play like the Jesus rapping Jesus. Two for the Road.
Back because I don't even remember that. Holy crap!
Yeah,
Wow.
Two for the Road. You're at the end when Mikey the Rat wakes up. You know
I like that movie a lot. I think that's one of your best ones.
which one?
Two for the Road. I really like that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good one. I like that one. Then so I think the last video we did on your channel, one of your channels that you directed was Stop What, right?
Yeah, and that was on a different channel too because I wanted to do something fresh, and
Yeah.
I didn't I didn't want to work on it anymore. Like I was going through a lot of crap.
Uh.
Yeah, because I can still go through a lot of insecurities from society and
Yeah.
myself, but eventually I worked on myself. So
Yeah.
yeah, right now I don't really care to make videos. If I have an idea and I think it's great, yeah,
Mm,
I'll do it. You know,
mm.
but yeah,
Well.
because I like to right now. The way my mind works is like, all right, we have an idea. Let's make it short and sweet, and make sure it has a positive message at the end. That's what I want to make sure.
Yeah.
Because even in that video, you're choking the hell out of me.
Oh yeah. You.
I didn't listen to you, but it's kind of like a mental problem. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, people have to see it to understand.
Yeah. It's a I mean even though it's not one of my favorite ones.
I like to stop. What?
What?
Stop doing that. You're brushing the hell out of your teeth, and you're gonna die.
Yeah. It was. I kill you a lot in these videos. I was gonna ask. We get to 2009. Um, and you went to AMDA, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Were you with Anthony as well at that time? Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
We auditioned
Um,
together, but we both had separate classes because he was
yeah,
more of the musical and I'm more of the actor's actor.
yeah,
I didn't want to do musicals.
yeah,
That was
so,
his thing.
yeah. Oh, I wanted to say real quick. Whenever we're done, just don't X out the Zencaster because I have to save it.
I haven't.
No, I know. Cool. So yeah, I remember that you. So I remember you were in AMDA. And, you were with him, and I was like, oh, that's cool because you were supposed to come to Five Towns, college. I know you wanted to, but then you changed right to AMDA. You wanted to do more acting.
Yeah, I wanted to just focus on the acting.
Yeah. So do you mind telling me why you switched from AMDA to Five Towns? If not, you don't need to if you don't want to.
I'm gonna share it because that school's bullshit.
What, Five Towns?
Look,
Five Towns or AMDA?
no. AMDA. And
Oh, okay.
let me bring it back. It wasn't bullshit. At the time, I was going through a lot of insecurity, like I said. And
Yeah.
at the time, I just didn't understand why I wasn't as liked as I was in high school.
Oh.
As soon as I left that world of high school, like remember how I said, "Oh, I entered the real world," and
Yeah.
taught me about the real world, criticizing and people being hard on you, and and I took a lot of things personally
Yeah.
that time. And that's when I realized I had depression at the time.
Oh wow.
And I was like, fuck, I can't handle the pressure.
Yeah.
So I had to leave. I had a lot of problems. I just wanted to act. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to do fucking stage combat. I didn't want to do dance. All I wanted to
Yeah.
do was focus on the acting. And I guess I picked the wrong school at the time. But
Hmm.
at the same time, I'm happy I picked that school
Yeah.
because I learned a lot about myself. Well, I probably took it a negative way at the time.
Yeah.
Without that school, I wouldn't learn that yes, I have issues within myself. I need to fix it.
Yeah.
You know? But then I went to Spy Towns thinking that I could I could be a filmmaker instead of an actor because I didn't want to act anymore because
Yeah.
that school because of that school at the time, I was like, you know what? If this is how acting is supposed to be, then fuck that shit. I'm gonna
Hmm.
be a filmmaker. I tried to do Five Towns as a filmmaker, and I couldn't take it, and
Oh yeah.
I was just stuck in depression world, and I
Uh
travel was too much, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit.
I
Yeah.
wanted a job. I
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
wanted to quit everything. I wanted to quit
Uh,
everything at the time. Um, I wanted to just say fuck it. Let me just work my way to whatever I want. I'm just gonna work for the rest of my life. That's how my mind was working at the time.
yeah.
You would always come in and oh, you want to do this, you want to do that. I was like, no, motherfucker, I don't want to do nothing.
Yeah. I know. Well, because I remember I saw you because I think going to Five Towns. I think you originally recommended it.
Yeah,
I feel like,
yeah.
and so then what's it called? And then I think then when you weren't there, I was like, oh, okay. But then when I saw you, like I think you surprised you were like running into the restroom, and I turned around and I saw you. Do you remember that? And you, I
Yeah, you're
was
like
like, you,
you. That's the how you were trying to find me in the restroom.
yeah,
And when we saw Sinbad, you finally
yeah,
in the restroom
I did.
five times.
I was like, you bastard. Yeah. Well, so that I mean, yeah, I know it was tough because you didn't have a dorm, and I would try to get you to stay, but like not having a second bed was tough, and then not, like, and I wasn't always able to sign you in,
Yeah, but
unfortunately.
it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I wanted to just focus on one thing.
Hmm.
But when you go to college, they want you to focus on this, they want you to focus on that, but they make shit so complicated that you don't need
Yeah.
shit. And
Yeah.
I couldn't. I got my first F in Five Towns. I never
Oh
got,
wow.
and then that's when I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna drop out.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
You were there for a semester, I think, right?
yeah, just one semester.
Yeah. I mean, I know, and then I mean, eventually you came back at least to film, like not coming back to school, but you came back to film some stuff with me. But I think was the last sort of actually I think Babysitter's Nightmare was the last film we collaborated on. God Bless You 101, right? I think.
Yeah, yeah, that was
Yeah,
one. Yeah, we
because
did
I like that one.
yeah,
Sorry, what'd you say?
that one was a great one. That one,
Yeah,
I don't know. My mind was great, you know. Um,
yeah,
but the ideas just stopped coming after depression and stuff.
ah,
But and then That's when I tried to do that stop what thing. I thought it was
yeah.
a great idea, but I was still going through my shit.
Oh wow.
Let's just say in general, like I'm very happy right now as a human being. Yes, I still go through my bullshit, but I'm more aware of my bullshit and how I can do that as a human being.
Hmm.
How I can just take responsibility and learn from my mistakes. You know,
Yeah.
because I've met my teacher, Guru Enlightenment. I've done so much things. You know,
Hmm.
I've been honored to get this name Ram
Yeah.
because of my teacher, because of the spirits. I'm a spiritual person now. I've
Hmm.
learned to be more positive. Take that negative and make it more into a positive. So shout out
Yeah.
to Guru Enlightenment. I love her and I thank her for everything. Thank you.
No, that's
Uh, You know.
because I that's great because I mean like what you found, the positivity because I think like think when I was younger, even back in college, like now I can pick up on cues, especially having been dealing with depression and dealing with those issues, and now because I've found also like positive with the filmmaking and the characters and the improv. Um, but I guess it's like one of those things where you don't really, it's hard to like see it before you have it, I guess. Like, so now, like now I think back, I'm like, oh, now I see the signs that maybe you were dealing with issues, but I didn't even realize it back then. I just thought, oh, he's a strong-minded person, and you are. But back then, when I'm younger, it's like, oh, I'm sure, like I know you would talk to me about stuff, but you know, like back then I realized it after, like when you told me or afterwards, you know what I mean? But I think it's because I had to grow.
I don't I think at the time I didn't really bother you much because you were really liked in that school and
Yeah.
everyone uh you you were busy in your world and I couldn't connect with that world at the time. At
Hmm.
the time I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. I'm glad he's happy where he's at. He's got friends, he's got people like him. I'm happy for me.
Yeah.
I just wasn't happy. I wasn't happy at the time. So
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to intrude. Um and plus I didn't know what the fuck I was going through at the time. I didn't know what the fuck it was, but
Yeah.
I immediately after I left and just like figured shit out, I had to figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm glad that no one should. Felt like no one should have at the time. I was like, no one should deal with my negativity. I don't.
Oh yeah.
I could be very negative, and I didn't want to. And I was affecting people with my negativity, so I had to stay back. You know. So yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm glad you continue to push forward, and
I,
that's the
I've
best thing.
met people in my life now that have really like helped me to be and I after I left college and everything I didn't want to you know um I I got back into the acting game. If it wasn't for my mother, she reached out to my personal friend, who I can call my brother, who is also my spiritual brother, um, Victor Cruz.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for my mom reaching out to Victor, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now too. Because then,
Yeah.
Victor, I would have never met Guru.
Yeah.
Victor, uh, was my acting teacher at the time. I guess I went back. I had one-on-ones, and then I had classes. Then he worked on a film called The Stockroom.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, um, and from
I
there I met
remember that.
Guru, and I kept on working on my acting game, and I gained more confidence as a person. And then with Guru, I realizing like, okay, I need to work on that to be a better person. I need to work on my crap before I work on being even better actor.
Yeah.
So
And that's what I wanted to also talk about real quick. Where's my YouTube playlist? Because I mean, I know this is like before um the stock room, but I was gonna say I really love also and I do want to talk about stockroom real quick after, but I really love the professional projects we did, like when you did come visit Five Towns together, and or when you came to my house, and I had the Canon 7D camera or 80D or whatever, and we just shot project after, like I just put you in, for instance, Time to Study, Why You Shouldn't Do Drugs, Spider Man versus Mario, Warsman 111 versus God Bless You 101, Ah Look a Spider, Bad Food,
I was talking.
The Dorm Incident, Wrong Room. So we shot. Sorry, what'd you say?
I'm happy Five Towns, like you accomplished something at Five Towns, man. Like
Yeah,
you learned a lot from Five Towns, and Five Towns allowed you to use a camera,
yeah.
learn about behind the scenes, man. And I'm happy you connected with that. I couldn't do that.
Yeah,
I'm happy that I got to connect with you, collab with you with these projects. I'm really happy you reached out to me. I had a lot
yeah,
of fun doing that. You allowed me to be myself.
yeah,
I watch those films and I'm like, these are fucking great. These are gold. To me,
yeah,
those are great projects.
yeah.
One of
I
them
was
is a film festival, right?
well, one of the recent ones, sequestered ones, as but these ones are not. I was gonna say real quick. So what happened to me after Five Towns is I sort of got. So I'm glad I went, even though yes, I mean I have college loans, whatever. I'll pay back eventually. I'm working hard.
Everyone's
But
still
after
paying their loans. Shit.
what happened?
Everyone's still paying their loans. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So it's like, but so after like Five Towns, real quick, I think like because if you notice on my Facebook, I used to take a lot of photos, like Five Towns College sophomore album, number 1, number 7, number 8, and I would just constantly take photos. And I think one day during like senior year, I realized I was way more of an introvert, like I've always kind of been. But then I kind of like would be more in my room. I still did a lot of stuff, but even after Five Towns College, I was like a little burnt out from. I was like, I don't want to. I wanted to shift more towards acting, and that's when I did more like extra work, and then eventually improv. Um, so yeah, it was good, but I think that's why I didn't. That's why I kind of sat on these projects for a while and didn't really submit them to any place. Um, that's why I'm just now starting to submit projects. So that now I realize what I need to do. But even then, I think I guess it was a little depression as well during that time where I was like a little burnt out. So
Yeah, we all go through depression, man.
yeah,
And we're not all perfect people.
yeah, it happened. So I'm glad we um, keep moving forward. trying to think what. Yeah. So like I said, it was great. It was always great to have you. Now I think the last one. I think the last project we shot for my channel was the Inside Jokes trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
hmm
for it was supposed to come out 2020, but sorry, I'll have to write it. um,
Still time for 2020.
yeah, I still got time. Cool. I think I want to talk about one or two more subjects, and then I think we'll be done. Is that okay? Or
That's fine. That's just
all right, cool. Um, so yeah, like I said, it was great having you in those projects. You know, because like I said, always, you know, you were like probably like I said, if it's you or Patricia or Andrew are like the top three who like I have the best chemistry with on screen. You know, like, and not only that, you three are like the ones who have pretty much always like you always want to do a majority of the projects, and you always want to do the acting and stuff like that. Like, you know, because a lot of
it was fun.
like
It was fun, and
yeah,
and I'm always happy to support. You know,
yeah,
and
and I appreciate
glad you thought I was a great actor at the time.
yeah. Well, you know, you still are, you know, because like I said, you have that theater background, and that's why I always like, you know, like now I'm thinking back, I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have used more of the new trick, you know, because I think I only really used you and Jeremiah, and then like Anthony was in one video, but I'm like, you guys were like, you know, because like my high school, yes, they were funny, but it wasn't really like the actors. They were great. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, like I wanted to use more of you actors, but you know, you learn. You know,
You
I'm still glad
want to use you actors?
I want you but like I said, that stuff impressed me. So then we flash forward because eventually I think, you know, so I think like I said, Sunglasses Gym 2 or Inside Jokes was the last thing we shot, and then I went to the Coast Guard, so I was away from the Coast Guard. But then I got out because I was like really, you know, depressed, as you know. Like we talked, I talked to family members as well, and I was like, this isn't for me. So I'm like, I'm just gonna ask them to let me out, and they did. They gave me honorable discharge. Um, and then now afterwards, what's it called? We jump into. I don't think we've done a project really since then, but I think, you know, I know you took a few improv classes
Yeah.
and we did a few improv shows together. What was that like for you?
Fun. It was fun at the beginning, but then when you you get to know these teachers, they focus on one thing, and it's like this. To me, wasn't having. I realized towards the end I wasn't really having that much fun as I wanted to.
In UCB or Pitt or both?
Both.
Okay.
You have these certain rules that you don't feel able to be free with. You know me. I'm very loose. I'm very wild with
Yeah.
my comedy, and people have this way of thinking that this is the way it should be, and I'm like, no, this
Yeah.
shouldn't be the way it should be. It should be whatever you want it to be.
Hmm.
I wasn't having it, so I was like, you know what, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you still do that. That you still do improv. I've met a lot of great people. I've met a lot of people. I'm like, okay, that's cool. It's all learning process, and I wanted to
Yeah.
do something new at the time, and it was cool. I had my fun. I had my fun learning about that world, and I got to hang out with you.
Yeah.
We weren't filming anything, but we were together on stage, which is really cool. You know,
Yeah.
friends.
And I always appreciated, like, you know, like how I used to come to your shows back during the plays era, and then you came to a lot of my shows, which was great. You know, like whether it was like Joker 7 or Captain Ego, which Captain Ego was my first, you know, like to like sort of like come full circle, was like my first show where I was like doing it scripted, you know, from memory, and so that was like a big challenge for me. And then after that, I felt like I could tackle anything, and that's what I've been like. It's a relief when you're able to do that stage play and you remember all your lines and you remember your cues and you do it well. So it's like a callback to when I saw you guys in the play doing it so well, and
Yeah.
then like years later, here I am finally like, and that was a lot of practice, and I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad now I could do scripted stuff a lot easier, where it's a lot easier for me to remember scripted theater, you know.
Mhm.
So you know, like I said, I appreciate you coming to that one, you know.
And like I said, I'm supporting you to the very end. That's what
Yeah.
friends are supposed to do. They're supposed to. That's what people, in my opinion, that are in this industry always support each other.
Yeah.
We only have each other. Why just focus on one thing? No
Hmm.
matter what it is, good, bad, it doesn't matter. You're supporting art, and
Yeah.
you're supporting each other's journey. So I think that's only fair to do. You know,
Yeah.
in my opinion. You know,
I agree. And I guess one of the final subjects, your play. That's probably one of the biggest things that, I know. It's like, oh,
you
I've had.
know
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
what I did?
The what?
Nothing.
Yeah. Um, in terms of like, and I always want to be there for friends, like whether it was the films, or the big projects. Um, but I think most of the big projects I had seen from friends had been mostly films or the improv shows, which they're great. I love that. But this was a new type of like show that I'd never had a friend, at least like a really good friend, do. Um, and I was, very impressed with the play and
What's the player's name?
ass.
Is he?
Yeah, we could mention it. We've cursed. Yeah, tell me about that. I mean, you play. It's funny. I want to say real quick though. You play Joe, right? And then one of my main sci-fi character I created, his name is Joe. And then you play when you play the film extra. I'm like, did this son of a bitch look through my sci-fi book? No, I'm just kidding.
IMDb. No.
Yeah, you look. Um, what's the? I always joke around. I'm like, was Joe inspired by like when like I'm sure he was inspired by different things, but was it like I did extra work and
A lot of things
yeah,
like Guru taught me that I'm a writer. I didn't really understand it at the time, but
yeah,
she just told me just to write. And
yeah,
when I write, I'm inspired by my own personal life. And I
hmm,
didn't want to share like things that are so true to my life, but a little bit of truth and to over exaggerate the truth. That's where I'm gifted at when it comes to my writing.
yeah,
And I was having fun after that, and I created this show called Ass. Um,
hmm,
it didn't have a title at the time. It just called Joe's Journey, but uh, Guru and the spirits confirmed that it's called Ass.
yeah,
And you know what? That title it means so much, and it gets people curious to come to see this show.
yeah,
I didn't even know. I didn't even want to create a play. I wanted to create a film. You know me.
yeah, yeah,
I like to create films, but Guru taught me that this is how you should start first. Start as a show, and then you learn eventually how to film and how to do a film.
yeah,
But I'm happy I did that show. I did two shows for only one night. I mean, that's how you learn. You know, uh, like I said, I was inspired by my life to do this show, and it was a whole bunch of things. And I'm happy that I got my spiritual family to help me out with this show.
yeah,
Both shows were a great success. First show I did, you saw, uh,
yeah,
in a small ass theater. Um, it was a great experience. But then when I moved it to La Tea Theater, it was even 10 times better because we learned from our past mistakes from
hmm,
the first show. You know, how can we do this to make it even better?
yeah,
So we we had a good time, and I'm very proud of myself that I didn't even know that I had a gift that I had within myself to do this. The power that I learned from Guru that I have
yeah,
within my to do this show. And yeah, and I learned that I'm a writer, that I'm an actor, that I'm a producer. Um, I I learned that I can do so much within myself, and I'm
hmm.
glad that I have a lot of love and positivity and support. And I thank you, man, because you've always
Oh,
been very supportive with me. Yeah,
yeah.
You know, always.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I saw it and I really liked it, and it was great to see, like I said, something, you know, like I always like seeing my friends do big projects, because it's tough to tackle a play or tackle a solo show or tackle a improv show or whatever, like even though why yes, it may look easy because you have a lot of talented people and you've practiced. There is short films are always hard because you're doing it. You're doing a lot of stuff, and so like to see you do that was great because I was like, oh yes, he's creating something from his heart again, and you know, like I said, the story was there because it felt real. Because it was well, it was real, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every little thing that may have I talked about, you could probably connect with. Like
yeah,
you remember certain things that I said in the show that you're like, oh, I remember this part of this life.
hmm
I mean, I created the story, and there are some real things, but all in all, it's all a fun made up show. But
yeah.
it in the end, yes, the show was about me, and
hmm
I hope I'm not confusing you.
No, well, no, I was gonna say I think because like
I talk about
what
am I
what
am I confusing you when I talk about my show in general?
no, I mean, well, I kind of got the idea that it was based on you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
based on me. The whole at the end, it's like, oh, yes, this is my life. This is what I've gone through.
yeah,
Now I'm gonna continue to kick ass and whatever else I touch.
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say real quick because like I think some of the best shows are probably like based on your own personal. Like the Captain Ego show you saw was based on me, but just in sci-fi. It was just me, and I don't know if you got that message from Captain Ego. Like,
I immediately got that.
yeah,
I
so
with Captain Ego, I just wish that you did it in a different place. That you did it in
oh
the pit. Like I
yeah,
wish you did that show, and it could. And in my opinion, I think you could definitely bring that out somewhere else. Because
yeah,
they time you, and so when they time you, you rush, and
hmm
and I don't like that. But I love the story. I love that.
yeah. Thank you.
I love that you brought your personal situations into that show,
hmm
and that's awesome. That's how you create art, and it's
Yeah,
a beautiful thing. I really hope that you do it again, and
yeah,
um, and if you can't do it on stage, film it, man. Film that shit and take your time with it.
yeah.
You have something that could be awesome,
Well,
and
I
it
definitely
was an awesome show.
yeah.
I just feel like you could do more with it.
Yeah, thank you.
You know?
I definitely will. Like I think, like SoloCon where you went was SoloCon is supposed to be more of like a test, you know what I mean? Like yes, it's you want to premiere your show. You still want to premiere the best show you can, obviously. But to me, it was like a test run. Like yes, I was still committed and playing the character and had the props. But then it's like, all right, cool, I need more time. I maybe need this, I maybe need that. So definitely Captain Ego will be coming back because I've written an extended version.
Awesome.
But speaking of writing, like I said, you've done the play. You were in the stock room, which was a great film, and you have a few memorable lines, which is great. Um, what are you working on now?
Starting at the time.
What?
I was just starting at the time, you know.
Yeah,
I
we still had it though. You're still funny in it. Even watching it now, I'm like, oh, he's still
was still
great.
fat and hairy, yeah.
Yeah, he's still. It's when you had the hair from the bus stop, the curly hair from the bus stop.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Huh, huh,
Yeah.
huh, booty, huh, huh.
Trying to avoid him. I'm trying to avoid him in the stock room.
Yeah. So what's new with me now? Look, I
Yeah,
um I'm writing right now. I don't know what I'm writing, but when
yeah,
it comes out, I'm gonna let everyone know, and it's gonna be like a shocker title, just like Ass.
yeah,
So I don't know if it's a show, I don't know if it's a movie, but I'm
mhm.
writing, and that's what I'm doing, and I'm also working on photography now. Since the pandemic,
I've seen.
I realized that I have an eye for photography. But you know what?
Yeah,
The reason why I'm doing photography because I'm shooting women's feet. I have a foot fetish, as everyone knows,
yeah,
who personally know me.
yeah,
Good eye for that. So like I've been taking pictures of beautiful women who are foot models,
mhm.
and I'm trying to be more open on that because that could lead to something else, and I'm having fun with that. You know,
Yeah,
I love the foot fetish world. It's almost it's there's goods and bads, but it's all fun because it's
yeah,
that I personally love. You know, I love women's feet. Shout out to women who have beautiful feet and take care of their feet,
Yeah.
especially as women need to have more confidence in their feet. Please take care of your feet. They're beautiful. You walk on them. You work hard with them. Please take care of them. That's my message to women with who feel a little insecure about them, but don't feel insecure about them.
Hmm.
Me, I'll take pictures. I'll take care of your pedicure.
Yeah, we'll put the info in. I want to say real quick before we wrap it up.
Oh, sorry.
So
The Instagram name is J's underscore soul underscore joint. That's my Instagram.
yeah. All right, we'll put that. I'll make sure. Yeah, after we're done, I'll have you message me all the what?
Nothing. I was kidding.
Yeah. So I was gonna say real quick because we're gonna come to an end in a second. But I've during this pandemic, like I've been in a big writing mode. I haven't really written in past few weeks, but I wrote 5 feature films, a play. They're all like first draft. But I wrote all this stuff, and my goal is when there is time to bring it eventually. That's why I'm entering more short films in the festivals because I want to. I'm sitting on all this great content from years and all this great content I shoot. And that's why I always do the shows. Like always continue to work hard, just like yourself. But I would love to when the time comes have you be in these feature films, even if it's a small role. If you want to be in my
If you give me something to read and I like it, I'm definitely down. You know,
yeah
I'm definitely down. I'm willing to help and support you. But I'm gonna be honest with you. If I don't feel any connection with anything,
Mhm.
I'm gonna be like that ain't for me. That's the honest,
That's all right.
you know.
Yeah,
And
you know,
that's coming from a good place, not a bad place. I want to
yeah,
help you. I'll help you either way,
yeah,
in it or not. I'll still help you.
yeah. Well, like I said, it's it makes sense. You have to, but I mean these will be bigger films when the time comes. Like I would love to have you as like an alien in one of my trucker movies. You'll be like, no, fuck that. I don't want to play an alien. Um, I don't know why. I feel like you could just be a good alien.
Thank
So, well, like I said, I'd let you know whatever happens. There are enough scripts, so I'm sure you'll like one. You'll be like, I like this one. I don't like the other 4. Um, but I still love to have you in them eventually when they get made. I'm not saying they're going to get made right now because they're bigger movies, but still love to have you in them when the time comes, even if it's just a small role. Because I think it's important to keep that connection. And we continue to keep that connection. Like I said, I'll give you a part. I'll give Patricia a part. Give Andrew. Andrew could play a diner patron. Like just a YouTube family.
Yeah,
You
man.
know. So
Of course.
well, that's all. I'm trying to think. Anything else?
I think that pretty much wraps it up. No.
Think so. Yeah. Well, you know what? First off, where can we find you again? I guess we'll put in the links, but you want to tell audience?
On the links.
Yeah. All right. We'll put in the links. Well, like I said, thank you for joining me, Ram. Like I said, we've gone through so much, and we know each other. I think technically 20 years, right?
20 years. We do.
Yeah, since like 2001, almost.
Yeah, that was fifth grade.
So,
Yeah, yeah. Since
like I said,
that's 20 years. Shit.
I
Wow.
think almost. But like I said, almost appearing together in almost 35 videos that are online, like whether it is Sunglasses Gym or the classics like Pink Dime and um, Roller Coaster of Love music video,
Babies.
to appearing on stage as
Oh,
Captain Kirk
God damn it.
and Baby. What?
And babies.
And to appearing in even collaborations on other channels, Spork Wars by Rafael Santos. When we, you know, A Change of Heart, Encounter with the Devil. Um, these are videos and films that I look back on fondly and fun memories. And so, like I said, I'm happy that you've been a part of a majority of them, and you've been a part of some of the best ones. So, um,
Donovan, thank you
yeah.
for the memories, and we'll continue to make more.
Yes, because we could build this fort together, just me and you together, and yeah,
On this together.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. You could follow Ram on the links in the chat below. I'm Donovan TPS. Stay awesome, stay positive, and remember, this is Reflections. Put your pinkies up, and I will see you later.